Welcome back to my Lemmings Open Air level solving commentary video series, and today we are going to be finishing off the heavy rank. We are starting off with Heavy 21, Tear Down the Walls, by Axel Rudy Pell. Don't know who he is, and don't know the song either. And quite frankly, I do not recall this level actually. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen the most of the levels in this pack. And it is one of the later levels near the end too, and yeah, I haven't spent too much time with them, let's say. And so therefore, I kind of don't recall most of them. Alrighty, so first lemming out of the hatch, I give him a glider, mostly to give him a head start. Oh yes, and as you can see, the lemmings fall out in both directions. And here I give him a climber, just basically to delay him, I guess. The lemming that was the glider, he platforms across this gap. Okay, one lemming unfortunately slips by and falls into the lava. Okay, and then this climber will become a shimmier, and then after falling for a pixel, he becomes a stoner. Okay, then I send another climber up. He becomes a shimmier as well, falling for a pixel, and then he stones. Send out another climber, shimmier, and then one more stoner, but he doesn't fall before being stoned. And then send up another climber, shimmier, and then platform to seal off this tiny gap. Now he can make it up the steel platform. Okay, after falling for a bit, we stone here. Send up another climber, and then shimmier. Okay, you can probably guess what's gonna happen. We're gonna platform across this gap. And then at this time I also send out another climber. And then he shimmies. Okay, and then just as the platformer finishes sealing off the gap, I have him bash. The other climber in the meantime will turn around while the basher tunnel's in progress. Okay, and then I mine through this one-way wall. Okay, the basher that finishes, he will platform across this gap. And then I believe that's it. Oh yes, and then after the miner breaks through, then I simply interrupt him with shimmier. Yeah, and that's it. So we did it just as he just breaks through the top part of the one-way wall. As we certainly don't want to be chipping off any of the platform bridge, otherwise the crowd would be falling into the lava below. And that's it. So, somewhat of a challenging level, but it's still not too difficult. Alrighty, Heavy 22. Bakea Jolum? I don't even know how you say the title. And this is by Raskasta Julia. Yeah, I don't know the author and also the song either. The author's name does seem like Indian. I don't know if he is or she. Yeah, I don't know if it's a he or she. I don't know if it's Indian or not. And in the song title, yeah, I don't know what that could be. What language that possibly could be. Don't think it's German at all. Okay, and then based on the level preview screen, from what I remember, I think I remember this one being difficult. So this was another one that I struggled with a bit. In large part due to the large size of the level as well. Alrighty, second lemming becomes a climber. Okay, and then with the first lemming that turns around to the left, I have him stack so as to contain the crowd. Okay, unfortunately nobody slips by, so hence the reason why we sent out the second lemming as a climber. Okay, and then I stack right next to the chimney here. Okay, that allows him to get over this chimney. And right here, I build across this gap. Okay, and then I have him mine. Okay, he's going to go all the way down into this gate here. So that's where he stops. And at this time, the crowd is still contained between the gate here and also the wall here. Okay, the climber will go on ahead. And yes, we bash it away because basically he'll enter off the top of the side of the level if we don't. So we bash and then we give him a glider so that he can use these updrafts. Okay, he hoists himself up on this tree. Okay, and then we build here so that he can continue to use the updrafts. Yeah, to get up here. And let's see, I apparently sent another climber? Yes, I sent another climber from the crowd. Okay, and then with the miner that with the climber that's up here, I have in mind, yes, and I give the climber a the other climber a glider as well. So basically, I believe this is the part that involves some timing here. Basically, I time it in such a way so that when I block to turn the miner around, yeah, he mines low enough to get the crowd up. Okay, and then I bash underneath the level here. Alright, and then while this basher is still going, I have a lemming from the crowd bash through this building here. Alrighty, now they're just going to use the basher tunnel that's underneath the level to get to where the blocker is. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and build to see off this minor tunnel. And then finally, one last builder to the exit, and that's it. So, that leaves us with a digger left over. Yeah. So, other than this level that was quite challenging, this was also a pretty nice one too. Definitely required a lot of thought in order to solve. Alrighty, Heavy 23, Prayer the Refugee, by Rise Against. I have no idea who that is. And Prayer the Refugee, I might have heard the song title somewhere, but I honestly have no idea. Yeah. So, there's been plenty of songs in this ranking that I haven't really recognized too well. Although, I guess that's kind of something because, as you can see, I'm not much of a person who listens to a lot of, songs in that category and stuff. I'm not much of a metal person or any kind of heavy kind of songs. Alright, first lemming that gets Scap here, he's going to build. Yes, one lemming will slip by. And then the next one, I believe... Oh no. After he builds for a while, then I clone the builder. Okay, this lemming that slipped down here, he will become a climber. And then we're also going to have him shimmy. In the meantime, I get the lemming that goes on up here, a swimmer. Oh yes, this received a couple of background fixes during pre-testing. Yeah, I remember using like some kind of trick up here where there are now one-way up arrows. Okay. After the shimmy is done, he gets onto here, and then I have him fence through that wall there. Yeah, through these pillars. Yeah, and then after he turns around, I have him mine to the left. Yeah, and I also max out the release rate. Okay, and then once the miner is low enough, then I have him bash towards the crowd that's trapped in here. Okay, and this is the reason for maxing out the release rate, so that with the lemming that I built from the crowd, everyone is able to take another detour. Yeah, so as to give the worker lemming enough time to bridge across this gap. Alrighty, and then here I fenced through this staircase. Unfortunately, he will break through to the floor. Yeah, and this is basically something that I have learned in one of the lows that I designed for the low design contest in the brick style. Basically, I learned that this staircase, even though it looks almost exactly like a builder staircase, this is not exactly shimmer friendly at all. So that was one annoyance that I had while I was making my level. Yeah, and I guess that does make sense because the rise is a little too high. Yeah, for a shimmier to keep on going. So in a way, it does make sense, but in a way, that kind of caught me unprepared. So therefore, I had to make a lot of like heavy modifications to my level in order to get the solution that I wanted to work, especially in regards to the shimmiers. Alrighty, Heavy 24, paid in full, and this is by Sonata Arctica. Don't know who that is, and don't know the song either. And if I am not mistaken, I believe this is the first level in the money tile set in quite a while. Most importantly, I don't think there were any of these levels in the loud rank. I could be wrong though. And I think, as I already noted before, the levels in the money tile set tend to be one of the more difficult ones, and this was certainly no exception. Alright, so here we had two entrances. One entrance over here, and an entrance over here. The first lemming out of this hatch here, I haven't built. Okay, and then the first lemming from this hatch here, I haven't fenced up. Okay, and then I bomb right behind them. Yeah, so as to stop the crowd from following the fencer. Okay, and then as you can see, I leave the builder staircase incomplete for the time being. Okay, and then I put another bomber here so that nobody else can go out to the left. So now the crowd is safely contained between these two bomber craters. Alrighty, and then the pincer that finishes, he will build across this gap. And then I send out a climber to the left here. And okay, now I go ahead and finish the staircase. And then, yeah, I stack right behind them. Okay, and then I give this guy a swimmer. Let me see what happened here. Oh, right. That's right. Yeah, that dollar sign is part of the terrain, and therefore, yeah, this is low enough for everyone to proceed further to the right. Yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah, I put another builder here because there is a gap between this dollar sign and also this gray wall right here. Yeah, it's a very tiny gap though. But in any case, the builder's needed. Then did I put any? No, I did not. No other assignments came in the meantime. Okay, and then the builder that turns back to the left, I haven't built the staircase again. So basically, we're zigzagging our way up. And let's see here. And yeah, this stacker was placed in such a way so that the builder that just finished, he was able to step back out to the left. And then this, oh yeah, he's already given a climber. And yeah, zigzagging our builder staircases here. And then when he reaches this wall, I fence up. Okay, and then I believe this huge gap here, we just use our 3 platformers. And then here I build to this master terrain here with the downward arrows. Okay, and then I mine just before he is able to get out the top of the screen here. And yes, one more platformer to seal off the gap. Okay, he goes on ahead. In the meantime, after the miner is low enough, then I fence up with him. Yeah, here I mine through this one-way wall. There we go. Okay, and then at this time, I go ahead and build the left crowd out with a builder. And then, what happened? Okay, I built another staircase here, so that it raises it enough for the crowd to get... No, not yet. One more builder. Yeah, then it gets them over to the stack. Okay, and then I fence up. Okay. I cancel the fencer with a shimmer. And then I build to the left. Okay, the miner's going to keep on going until I believe he gets down here and gets interrupted. Okay, in the meantime, we just mine to the floor here. Yeah, we're not going to be able to fence through since there are downward arrows here. And yes. So the miner stops right here. Yeah, due to the slope. Okay, and then that is it. So one fence left over. But as I noted before, this level was pretty challenging. Yeah, as was the case with all the other levels in the money tile set. And yeah, we managed to save one over the requirement. Alrighty, Heavy 25. Come As You Are by Nirvana. So yes, I do know Nirvana, and I also know the song as well. So this might be the first one actually in the entire rank. So it actually ended up taking 25 lows. Well, actually no, that's a lie. I immediately thought of a low that I did recognize before. I believe it was in the first batch of 10 lows for the heavy rank. Yeah, that was that Bryan Adams song. Anyway. Alright, this one I had to resolve, I believe. Yes, the steel and the shredder trap. That's all due to back route patching. Alrighty, first let me out hatch he stones so that everyone can land on him, and also it will break their fall. Yeah, and they can also land down here safely. Alrighty, third lemming that falls out of the hatch. I have him jump, and then he also becomes a climber so that he can start climbing this. Okay, and then we do the same thing here. We jump, and then we jump again. Okay, in the meantime, this lemming down here, the first lemming down here, he would dig, and then I interrupt him with a shimmer. So now the crowd would be safely contained in this small digger pit. Alright, I jump over the trigger button of the trap here. Okay, and then I shimmy along this here. Okay, I jump over the exit. Let's see. I also give him a glider. Okay, and then once he's high enough, I jump again, so that he glides over the exit. Okay, and then I give him a jumper at the edge here, so that he is able to glide down here. Okay, and then I stack here. Let's see, there's got to be a reason for the stack. Oh yes, I believe it's to start that very, very long builder staircase. Okay, and then I mine down to the crowd so that the crowd will be able to move towards the exit later. Okay, and then once the lemming starts climbing for a bit, I have him jump so that he goes the other way. Otherwise, he's just going to keep going to the left, and then he'll eventually drown the acid. Okay, and then I stack again. Okay, and then just before the stack becomes too high, so that it just turns the crowd around, I interrupt him with a jumper. Okay, now it starts the long builder staircase. And here, I believe it is absolutely necessary to stretch out the bridges. So yeah, as you can see, he barely made it with all the 5 builders. Okay, and then finally to release the crowd, I bash, and then interrupt him misstruck with a shimmer, and that's it. Alternatively, I could also use a jumper. But either way, had a basher left over. Alrighty, Heavy 26, To Hell and Back by Venom and Sabaton. I think that's how you say it. Don't know who they are actually, and To Hell and Back, I could have sworn I heard that somewhere. So I may not know the song itself, but I'm pretty sure I heard it somewhere. Yeah, or at least the name of it. Yeah, just not the actual song. And yes, I certainly remember this one. Oh yeah, and in regards to the previous level, I remember that one being challenging. Even in the previous versions, it was a little challenging as well. But certainly now that it's been received a couple of updates, it's still challenging, but like and certainly the route before was way different. Yeah, before it was possible to actually take the top route. But for this level, yeah, we start up here, and then there are also some basher pickups inside this claw. Okay, so this is a pretty nice level in the that mixes the fire and the menacing tile sets. Alright, so let's see, what do I do here? Alright, first Lemming that gets to the gap here, he builds across. Second one should become a glider. Yes. And then next Lemming will join the first builder. Okay, and then next one that falls off the edge of the builder staircase, he becomes a glider. He fortunately makes it across. Okay, as does the first builder. Alrighty, and then the glider that turns around to the left, I have him build. And then the next Lemming that comes up to the wall here, he fences through. So basically to give the glider enough time to connect the staircase with the second builder, so that no one falls through the gap. And as a matter of fact, we need one more builder. And there we do it right there. Alrighty, and then basically everyone will be safely contained in here. Okay, in the meantime, in the glider that's down here, I have him build. Okay, and then I'm on just before the firebox here. Okay, looks like I did not turn that guy around with a builder. I think it's because here I was worried about running out of builders. Yeah, in case we do. So here I start building across this gap. And then same thing here. This should take 2 builders, I believe. Oh, well, actually, I used the fact that he's a glider, because he's able to land on here. With just 1 builder. And then, of course, another builder. Now, this one we would need 2 builders. Yeah, he's not able to glide on here. Alrighty, and then I have him build again to hit his head and then turn back to the left. Okay, and then I mine through the claw here to collect the basher pickups. Okay, and then we are done with the glider, so now he just drowns in the lava there. Poor guy. And then finally we just bash through to the exit, and that's it. So yes, I did have some builders left over, so I pretty much could have turned that Lemming that turned around, so that he turns back to the right. And therefore I would have stayed 1 over the requirement. But again, I was worried about possibly running out of builders. And pretty much as a Lemmings player, pretty much any player knows that like we try to conserve builders as much as possible. And basically whenever possible. Anyway, Heavy 27, Wooden Pikes by Corpiglani. I have no idea how you say that. Don't know who that is, and don't know Wooden Pikes either. Don't know that song. Okay, this one I remember was quite challenging. This was one of the hardest levels in the heavy rank, in my opinion. Alrighty, so here we have 3 entrances here. I think here I'm just going to go ahead and zoom out here so that we can see the action more easily. Alrighty, I start with the rightmost hatch. I have him dig here, and then I stop him with a builder. Yeah, after he breaks through. Yeah, on the left side. So the Lemmings will be able to drop down here into this large pit. Okay, first, and then the first Lemming that gets here, I have in mine, and the second one that is coming up, I have been built to seal off the miner tunnel. And then once the miner breaks through, I have him platform across. Okay, this will take 2 platformers, and then I bash on across. Alrighty, so in the meantime, the middle hatch will all go out to the right, and therefore they will be contained in this huge pit, along with the rightmost entrance. Okay, and then once the basher is done, then we platform across this gap. In the meantime, I send up a climber, and also give him a glider. Okay, I have him turned around by building. Okay, he's going to be using these updrafts to get across. Okay, and then up here I dig down. Yeah, in such a way so that he is able to climb back out to the left later. Okay, and then I dig down here. Actually, maybe not. Maybe it's not needed. I just simply dug there in some way so that he's able to drop down here and get interrupted. Okay, after he's low enough, I bomb him. It breaks through the left side. So now the hatch can get inside. Okay, and then up here I dig down the rest of the wall on the right side. Okay, and then once he's low enough, I have him platform across. Yeah, to stop him. Okay, and then I also release the crowd here with a digger by digging through the staircase. And then I simply build my way up. Yeah, so we're just going to zigzag our way up here. Okay, and then finally use our remaining platformer and builder, and then we are done. Okay, originally I tried some things over here, and unfortunately I couldn't get it to work, so therefore I ultimately found this here. And I think the biggest reason it didn't work here is just due to the fact that it just ended up using way too many skills. Yeah, more than I thought it would. So therefore, I couldn't get a working solution out of it. Alrighty, Heavy 28. Davidian? I think that's how you say it. Machine Head. I might have heard Machine Head somewhere, but I'm not sure though. But Davidian, I certainly do not know the song title. Alrighty, and if I am not mistaken, I believe the stars here are simply like references to the Star of David. I have no idea. Maybe that's where the song title comes from, or at least that what it's referring to in the design here. But you know, as I am not much of a religious person, as a matter of fact, I prefer not to get myself into those discussions. So here we have 3 entrances again. Yeah, pretty much one on each Star of David here. Alright, and quite a limited skill set as well. Yeah, let me zoom back in here. Alright, so just before this Shredder trap, I bomb. Okay, and then the first time it gets up here, after he walks for a bit, I block. Okay, I also do the same thing here with a lemming from the left entrance. Okay, so basically this block will turn everyone back around. And so I guess technically, actually no, I think it's necessary that it's up here because some of the lemmings will be coming from this side, and over the top. Alrighty, and then put another blocker here. Okay, and then I mine here so that some of the lemmings can start exiting. Okay, and then mine before the gap here, and then after a stroke I bomb him. So now that we get low enough, and in this way we can drop down here, and then we build over the gap, and also over the trap. Okay, and then here I mine to release the blocker. Yeah, and it's also done in such a way so that they can still land on the staircase here. Okay, and then that's pretty much it. So I remember this one being difficult, and I remember it giving me a, how in the world do you go about doing this level? So here we didn't even have to use the anti-splat pad here. Although that's pretty easy to get to with this entrance, simply bomb twice here. Yeah, and we even went 1 over the requirement. Alrighty, Heavy 29. Les Fleurs Domal. Yeah, I don't even know if I said that correctly, but it's definitely French, I believe. This is by Sarah Brightman. So it's something about the bat flowers or something along that line. Yeah, as I certainly recognize some of it, some of the words here. Some of these words are quite similar to Spanish. Yeah, and I ended up learning some Spanish when I was in high school. And as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and quickly check the dates here at the replays. So yes, Heavy 23 was one of those that I needed to resolve, but that was during the pretesting days. Yeah, because I remember I didn't have to do it when I finally came back to this pack around last month. Alrighty, so we start up here, and as you can see, there's a lot of evil flower traps here. So I remember this one being a difficult one as well. Alrighty, first lemming that gets here, I have him dig. And then the lemming that goes on, he will glide. Okay, and then the next lemming will stack. Okay, and then the lemming that gets on top of the stack, he stacks there. Okay, so now everyone is safely contained in this digger pit here. Okay. And then I give this glider a disarmor. And then I also clone him. The one that goes on to the right, he'll proceed to platform across this water gap. Okay, the left one that's coming back, he will proceed to disarm this evil flower trap. Okay, yeah, and this takes 2 platformers. Okay, and then we go ahead and stack here. Yeah, I believe this is so that to basically reach the trigger area, the anti-splat pad. Otherwise, the lemmings will just simply splat. Yeah, I believe it's not enough to simply fall through it, but rather you have to land where the trigger area is. Alrighty, and then I go ahead and stack here as well. What did I do? I did something here. Let me see. And let me see. Why was it? No, something is going on here. Okay, so I stack up here, and then I cancel him with a shimmier. Okay, and then I go ahead and dig it up. Yeah, because the stacker is right next to the wall. Yeah, he takes away the rest of the wall as well. So now I release this crowd, and then they basically fall through these line of evil flower traps. Well, we had 2 cloners, so therefore we can use them to meet the save requirement. So, plenty of skills left here. Alrighty, and then the last one for this video, and as well as the final level of the heavy rank, Heavy 30, Hard Walk Hallelujah, by Lordy. This one I remember was challenging as well. Yeah, especially in regards to the constructor skills. You may seem to have a lot of builders, but they actually run out surprisingly fast. Okay, so here we start with 2 entrances, one on the left here, and one on the right here. And we also have a pretty high release rate. Okay, let me see if I can... Let me go ahead and zoom this out. Okay, first lemming here, I have him stack. And then the second one will block. Right after he lands. Okay, so this top hatcher is safely contained between the stacker and the blocker. So this just allows me to work with the bonnet entrance here. Okay, so I have him climb and then I have him shimmy across. So here's how I work our lemming. We bridge across this gap. And then same thing here. To get to this one-way wall here. Okay, and then up here I start bashing. Okay, I have him turn back around. And yeah, so I use the ceiling up here and shimmy across. So basically he's going to get himself up here. And then immediately after he lands, I mine. So he basically mines into this opening here. And then I do it again. Okay, and then I also clone the miner. Okay, just before he gets stopped by the steel. Okay, and then I seal off this miner tunnel here. Okay, I bash underneath the exit. Okay, and then up here I start mining. This is just enough time so that the other one would turn around. Yeah, that's the reason why I started building late here, and not like right away. So I just built to the exit with him. And then after he breaks through, I build with him. So he gets to the chain here. And and then I bash on through. Just takes one basher, and then I build across this gap. Unfortunately, it touches the ground here, so they'll be able to use the build a staircase to get over. Alrighty, and then here I built this crowd out with one builder. Alrighty. Yes. I wait for the left hatch to turn around the blocker first. Okay, and then I bind this blocker free, and then I interrupt him with the builder, and that's it. Alrighty, so that finishes up the heavy rank, and so next time we will start the first 10 levels of the hardcore rank. So I hope you enjoyed this video at the Lemmings Open Air level solving commentary video series, and I'll see y'all for the next one.